Right then, just being freely able to explore a skyscraper is so awesome! It's lift tour time! So then going into a skyscraper through the main entrance, up the escalators to security, who don't let me in. So back down the escalators and around to the side entrance, which is the entrance to go up to the halfway restaurant, and into the lift I go. This is actually a double deck lift, and I'm going into the upper car. This lift actually doubles up as a service lift and goes to all floors, but more about this later because the lifts here really do get confusing. So then in normal operation, this lift is set to go between ground floor, the side entrance, up to podium level P, which is where the office workers get in this lift, but non-stop up to floor 24. This lift goes 5 meters a second. Let's ride it!
Please wait. Lift car below loading. Doors opening. Level 24 for City Sofa, doors 25 to 41.
And now I'm up on floor 24, and do I go in the restaurant? Nope, I don't. Instead, let's go explore the lifts here. And the lifts here were originally express lifts when this tower was built, although I think I've been modernised twice since then. They're now Otis lifts, and have Dewhurst buttons, don't really look that good since they're prestige sort of skyscraper lifts, but they're still really nice because they're so fast. And now we go along to the next set of lifts. These lifts go from floor 24 up to floor 33. These lifts go 3 meters a second. Let's ride them!
Level 33. For levels 34 to 41, transfer to the third lift back. Doors open. Doors closing.
And now, the lifts here are actually quite complex. It's like a vertical maze, and this is the official map. Now, this map's not actually completely correct because it has been oversimplified. So then, if you were to go into a skyscraper through the main entrance, up the escalators through security, this is podium mezzanine, or podium level M. From here, you can then get in the self-lifts that takes you up to floors 12 to 21, or you can get in the lower car of the double deck lifts that go non-stop up to floor 23, where you can then change into another set of lifts that goes from floor 23 up to floor 41. Although this isn't entirely correct, because this set of lifts actually goes to more floors than this. This set of lifts also goes to floors 21 and 24. So when you've gone in the main entrance, go up to podium level M, you can also go up the self-escalators up to podium level P. From here, you can go in the self-lifts that goes up to floor 12, as well as this, you can go into the upper car of the double deck lifts that takes you up to floor 24, as well as this, there's also a non-stop lift all the way up to floor 42. Anyway, from floor 24, you can then get in the self-lifts from 24 up to 33, but as well as this, you can also get in lifts from 21 up to 41. But this isn't the way they've advertised, because this wouldn't be as good sort of people flow, and also you could actually just go in the side entrance if you go up to 24, but they don't actually show you this on this map. And also, as well as that, if you can't be asked to go up the escalators to podium level P, you can actually still get to the lifts that go from 21 up to 41, so by simply getting in the stopping lifts from podium M up to 21. But they don't show this on this map because that would not be good people flow. And now we go into the lifts that go from 21 up to 41. These lifts go 4 meters a second and are really nice. Let's ride them!
Doors closing. Level 41. Doors opening. Doors closing. Level 21. For levels 20 and below, transfer to the green.
And now into the lifts that go from podium M up to 21. Now this is a set of 4 lifts, but the lift on the right is actually different to the others, but I'll come on to that later. Firstly, let's ride these lifts. They go 3 meters a second.
Doors closing. Level 16. Doors opening.
And now to the lift on the right. Even though these look like a set of lifts, they're not where they weren't originally. Because originally the lifts must have gone to different floors than they do now. Because a lot of these lifts actually go to a lot more floors than advertised on. Several floors there's actually lift doors where lifts don't stop. This is because they've taken the original sort of design, rearranged it, get lifts to go to different places. So a lot of these lifts actually go to a lot more places than they're programmed to go. Such as the lift on the right in this set. This lift was actually originally the service lift and goes to all floors. But they've actually changed it so as more lifts go from podium M up to 21. They've now made this lift part of the set when in normal operation. But at the back of this lift there is actually another set of lift doors. There's a single door which takes you out to the service stairs. And as well as that, there's actually a hidden panel which has buttons to all floors. But these buttons do not work unless the lift is in fire mode. Let's ride it!
Transfer to the red. Doors and doors closing. Level 12. Doors opening. Level 21. Floors above level.
And now coming out of this lift and along to the service stairs, and in the service stairs we can see the single door that goes into the back way to this lift. Quite interesting, there's actually no lift button for this lift around this side, because the lift only opens up on this side when the lift's in fire mode. And when the lift's in fire mode you can't actually call the lift anyway. And now let's take a look around this tower. It's really fun looking around, especially the areas which aren't like the main posh areas where most people go. When you go like round the back areas, this tower suddenly goes really sort of rocky, which is really fun. And now along to the next lift, which is the set of lifts that goes from podium level P up to floor 12.
Doors closing. Level 10. Doors open.
And now going back into the double deck lifts and into the upper car, but this time on the other lift than I was in earlier. When I first came to this tower, I went into the right hand lift, which doubles up as a service lift, but the other lift doesn't. So these lifts were obviously not a set originally, and originally they weren't actually double deck. Then the lift on the right becomes a service lift only in fire mode, while the lift on the left is just an ordinary double deck lift. The upper car just goes between podium level P up to floor 24, while the lower car goes from podium level M up to 23.
Doors closing. Doors opening. Level 24. For levels 25 to 32.
And now into the lower car of these double deck lifts, and this goes between podium level M and floor 23. Let's ride it! And now into the right hand side lower car of these double deck lifts. So then the upper car goes on 24, podium level P, then and there's only a matter of time that someone wants to go to restaurant level, and I'm in the lower car, which will get pushed down to the basement when the upper car goes to the ground floor side entrance. And yes, I managed to get into the spooky basement. It's so spooky down here, really fun. It's just so grotty, and there is actually a rampway into this basement area from the roadway, which means for security all of these lifts are locked, which means I can't actually get back into these lifts now. I've got out some sort of trap down here where I could just walk up the ramp and get out, but rather odd. Anyway, this basement's really fun to explore. And over here is the goods lift. You're sadly locked off and I can't get into it. Really annoying. This lift looks really fun, and I did manage to get back into lifts because one of the staff let me back in because I said I was lost and trying to get out, and I came to the wrong floor, and they luckily let me back into one of the lifts so I could get back into the tower again. And now along I go to the lifts that go non-stop all the way from podium level P all the way up to floor 42. But this tower is actually really confusing. Although these lifts look really good on the map, somehow I must have got lost. I don't believe this, because usually I think I'm a really good like exploring every little bit of a building, but how could I have possibly missed the best lifts in the entire tower? That's pretty stupid. I'm really annoyed with myself for that, but don't worry, I will be back here, so keep checking out my videos because there will be a part 2 to this lift tour.